Okay, so Anish, we are looking at an interesting dish.
Yes.
Before we get into, what is this called?
This is called Golgappa chaat. It's
Okay.
actually one of our most popular dishes that we have on our buffet here at the restaurant.
Okay, and buffet. You have a buffet here?
We have a buffet and an a la carte menu.
Oh,
so
okay.
Dad, when he started the business, had all a la carte menu, but he found with Indian food, unlike North American cuisine where you're having, one dish be the star, like a steak or a chicken, Indian food often had multiple flavors. And the best way to recreate that experience for guests, rather than have them order 20 dishes, was to offer a buffet service. A lot of different flavors. We have veg, non-veg, butter chicken's always there, that's a favorite.
That's a staple, yeah.
That's a staple. Lamb curry, we often do things like a tandoori salmon on the buffet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very, very popular. And then items for vegans, people who are gluten-free, we have a full
You
spectrum.
kind of encompass all of that.
Everything. And like I was saying, one of the dishes that's become really popular in the last few years in Canada is the Golgappa chaat, which is an Indian street food. So the base is actually this shell.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the shell and we're going to slowly add each of these ingredients into the shell. We can do it at the same time.
So what do you do? You just...
Pop it open with your finger.
Oh, you got to give it a good whack.
Yeah. The first ingredient was a mixture of boiled potatoes and chickpeas that we flavored with chaat masala, which is a seasoning salt, and a little bit of fenugreek. Gives a nice sort of like spicy flavor without being hot, a little bit of an earthy flavor to it. The chaat masala gives the seasoning that you want, that sort of saltiness that you like, and that's made with a little bit of skins of the mango as well as the salt.
I'll tell you what it is. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's good, and that's just the base. That's ingredient
So
one.
I just dumped that in here.
You put that right into there.
Okay, so I didn't make my whole big enough. Okay.
The next three ingredients, the first one is tamarind chutney, made from tamarind root, and what it does is it gives sort of a sweet and spicy flavor to the dish at the same time, which is really, really nice.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of mint chutney.
Mint chutney, okay.
So again, the mint gives a little bit of that mint earthy flavor. As much mess as you like. Actually, in India, when they make it, they purposely drop some of the toppings on the outside, and then once you have all the chutneys and toppings left on the outside, you just have it with a spoon.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so mess is acceptable.
Okay, all this made in-house?
Everything made in-house.
Everything's made in-house.
Everything made
and finally this...
the one at the end there, that is a topping. It's known as save. It's a chickpea flour batter that we flash fried to turn it into little strings. And this is to give that crunchiness to the dish again. But before we forget about it, don't forget the yogurt. So this is an Indian yogurt we make again in-house. We actually make our own yogurts. We make our own cheeses.
This is exciting.
Yeah, we make our own paneer in-house. The culture for this yogurt you can actually trace back to my grandmother. We've been using a little bit of that same culture, from one batch into the next batch for generations now.
Oh,
so
that's
mom's
awesome.
our chief chef, and she still makes our spice blends, makes our spices, our yogurts, our cheeses.
Okay, so now I'm doing...
We're going to do step one.
Sauce. So we're going to take that. I'm going to bring this over. You just pour it in.
Pour it in, and you can play around with how much of each you keep in here. If you want something spicier, something sweeter, something more tart.
Is this spicy?
The mint chutney is a little bit spicy, but the yogurt cools it down.
Okay, and then this goes on now?
Actually, we're going to do that after.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do a little bit of the yogurt on top.
This is exciting. It's like a
and
DIY food.
And mine's already starting to drip, but that's okay.
Okay, so then we take this, throw it on top.
And then a little pinch of that.
Okay.
Another variation is sometimes people like to put onions in there as well, but I kept it.
So normally I wait till the end to do a taste test, and we taste it. But this actually, so do we cheers on this? And
let's do a cheers and eat it at once. Otherwise, it'll surprise
so
you.
the whole thing. Okay. Oh my God.
All the sorry for talking with my food in my mouth.
Oh, that is amazing.
But you get all the flavors sort of at once. You get sweet, spicy yogurt, and they come at you in waves, which is why this dish is so popular in India.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. As soon as I bit in, I got the mint chutney right away. But then the yogurt kicked in, and then the tamarind
the sweetness at the end.
Yeah,
and then you should have the heat coming back at the end again. It's the flavor that sort of sits in the back of the mouth at the end.
I got no heat at all.
You got no heat.
I got pretty good tolerance. Okay, I'm going back in for more. So, okay.
This is really popular for weddings. We do a lot of caterings, and wedding season's actually just coming up. And we often set up stalls of this at Indian weddings, and people will have it as a starter.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, well, we don't have to wait for the taste test. We're here eating this, so I'm going to keep eating this. And then while we're finishing up this, then we'll do that, head into the kitchen and see what else is going on.
That sounds great.
Perfect. Cheers again. Cheers, yeah. I love that.
Thank you very much. and not too spicy. You know, people who are novices to Indian cuisine sometimes get nervous that things are just going to be too hot. Like you said yourself a second ago, it's not too much heat.
No, actually, it's a nice, like you get the kick, but it's not overpowering. I'm not crying, and I don't regret my life.
Exactly. If you've ever had barbecue or anything like that, it's nothing spicier than that.
Yeah.
And you know, over the years, what I've noticed is one of the biggest fears people have around Indian food is it's going to be too hot for me. And this is not the case. So this is a good introduction meal. Actually, anything we're going to be making today, we sort of kept it in that mild to medium range, so everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's a important part of the cuisine.
And I'm going to point out that the cutlery here is actually fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. Just that fine little detail just makes it all.
We had this custom made in India. So Dad was always a big believer, like I said, in that full dining experience. So everything from custom made cutlery to artwork to the experience, to the wines that we have on our wine list, it's all about creating that full dining experience.
Okay, well, we'll have to try the wine after.
Yes, yeah.
All right, okay, that's good.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Awesome.